Am I wearing pants? No one knows. I could be wearing underwear. I'm kidding, it's shorts. Where do we even start?
Hi guys, them cosplay girls here.
Alright, let's get down to business. So, for those of you that didn't hear the news, me and Fiona went on a trip to Japan. I remember the story so clearly. I would look off and have a flashback. So I told Fiona, because originally they said they were gonna announce it at 3 in the afternoon, which is. So they said they're gonna announce it at 2 in the morning here. And so I was like, well, I'm gonna set my alarm for 2:30. Call me if anything crazy happens, because I didn't really think that we were gonna win. And then my phone rang at 12:45, and I was just like, hello, and all I hear is, we did it. We fucking did it. And I was like, what? We won. I was like, oh, are you kidding me?
Yeah,
Oh my
I was like outside in my pajamas with no shoes on, like pacing back and forth because like I was so freaking excited. And of course I'm like texting everyone I know and I'm like, we won! It's just so crazy. I was standing there in like the living room talking to my mom and I got an email and I was like, oh, what's this? And it was really weird. It was like, I started reading it. It was like, congratulations, them cosplay girls. You won the Omoshiroi Nippon Video Award and the grand prize to Japan. I was like, what? I was like, wait, what? I would just put this out here. There were, I feel in my mind, there were a lot better entries than ours. I didn't think our entry was complete caca, but it was like,
It was disheartening when we saw other people's entries because they were really good.
so I was like, oh, we're not gonna win. You know, let's just, there's gonna be other contests in the future.
So on July 29th, we're embarking to Japan.
And every one of you is asking, oh my god, are you gonna vlog? Yes, we're gonna vlog every single second of it.
We're gonna vlog, we're gonna have a haul, we're gonna have, of course, the only thing you guys care about, giveaway!
Yes, we're gonna have several small giveaways as a big thank you because you guys helped made it possible. You liked our video, you shared it, you commented, you made it happen. And we're also going to have a Snapchat up on our social media a week before we leave so you guys can follow us and you can follow our journey in Japan. You know, keep your eyes open for that because that'll be floating around somewhere in the social media atmosphere.
We're going to the Cosplay World Summit.
We're gonna vlog and we're gonna see so many cool cosplayers.
And then, the day after the summit, we get to go on a trip with the winner. So we're gonna be literally traveling with cosplay royalty. And we're gonna meet Rami Park, who voices everything.
She voices Hanji in Attack on Titan.
Edward Elric, Talia, just you name it, she was in it.
We're letting you know though that for our vlogs, we're not going to be in Tokyo the entire time. We're going to be in Nagoya, which is a prefecture about 5 hours away from Tokyo. But then we're going to be in Tokyo the last 3 days. Just so you know, so you're not like, wow.
So if you want to skip our first like 4 entries, which will be all in Nagoya, which you won't because there might be maid cafes and maybe a cat cafe and maybe a castle.
So you might want to watch these things because there's still cool things in Nagoya and apparently the scenery is beautiful.
So now, time for the actual video.
Drum roll.
Which is how to start studying Japanese by yourself.
Tips from self-learners to other self-learners.
This video was really requested.
Yeah, you guys watched our contest entry and you were like, oh my god, your Japanese is amazing, even though it was very far from that. So we're like, let's make a video. Okay, so let's just get right into it. First of all, we would like to make a disclaimer. We are not professionals, we are not Japanese teachers, we are self-learners ourselves. We are no way perfect with Japanese.
Not even close.
Not even close.
We've only been learning for about a year.
This is basically how we study and our tips, a self-learner tip to another self-learner. And if you guys like this video and you would like to see more about learning Japanese, like it and comment.
We also talked about making a series on how the breakdown of words and stuff, where we would post like maybe like twice a month and we'd be like, today's word is.
Then again, it's up to you guys. I don't know, would that be weeby? Who knows? Like this video, comment if you like it. It's completely up to you guys. Also, we have notes down here, so if you see us looking down, we're looking at our notes. Okay, so first things first is you have to ask yourself this question: what do you want to get out of studying Japanese? There's 4 main components. There's reading, listening, speaking, and writing. Writing is kind of optional. You know, like personally, Erin and I, we want to go teach overseas and I want to take the JLPT test. So writing is kind of like, you just kind of...
Also, I just find writing is like kind of like necessary to start learning. You need to know like the basics before you can jump into anything else.
You need to know how to walk before you can run. I find like knowing all four just kind of helps all around with knowing Japanese. Like if you're only picking bits and pieces out of a language and learning that, it kind of like throws you off. It's like when you're watching an anime and you only watch like 3 episodes out of like the 20, you're like, what the hell's going on?
4, I mentioned hiragana, and this is the next step. There are 3 alphabets.
A lot of people have a tough time getting their head around that.
3 different alphabets, different letters,
Different reasons.
Different reasons, different. Oh, okay. So the first alphabet is hiragana, which is simple words, and it's mostly used for children. So like if you went to Japan and you went to a bookstore and you got a children's book, it would be all hiragana. So that's hiragana. The second one is katakana, which is used for foreign words.
Hamburger.
Bus. The third one is kanji, which is the bulk of the alphabet.
It's the meat of the language.
There are 2,000 letters.
Over
plus
2,000.
in this alphabet, and they're just special.
Most Japanese people don't even know all of them, so don't feel bad.
You can't just wake up one morning and say, I'm gonna study kanji today, because it doesn't really work like that. You have to learn kanji as you're learning. It kind of just, they come. Like, you learn them as they come up when you need them.
Yeah, like they're just infused in like examples and sentences, and then you just kind of like know, you know? And like, here's the worst part about it, is one kanji that is used in the word like could be put together with another kanji and it's completely different meaning. Back to the hiragana very quickly. If you are interested in learning hiragana and katakana and kanji, we will leave a link down below for printable hiragana sheets that you can trace and know the strokes properly of hiragana. I'm sure there are some online for like kanji and katakana, but I couldn't find any.
Surprise, surprise, that's actually really important.
Yeah, strokes, you can't just look at a letter and or a character.
Just draw it.
No, there's certain strokes and orders you gotta do it in, and it messes you up. And there are really great apps you can get on your Samsung, or you can get on your iPhone. Some for learning katakana and kanji and hiragana is Anki, I think. Anki? I'll leave the link down below, and it's great. It's like a flashcard, and it really, whoa, it's flashcards.
Also for learning and practicing your visual knowledge of hiragana, I like Hana.
Yeah, that one too. You go into the app store and you type like hiragana, katakana, kanji, you'll get so many apps.
Watching anime, it doesn't make it worse, like your pronunciation, but don't rely on that being like, oh, I watch anime, so I know what Japanese sounds like.
Yeah, or I watch anime, so I know what they're gonna be saying, and I know Japanese because I watch anime. Picking up like select phrases and words from anime literally is gonna get you.
It's not formal, it's just like how you'd speak to your friend.
And I also find there's certain sounds in anime that are over exaggerated to sound like, yeah, to sound cute, things they just don't say. Like, you know, in like anime you hear like someone say like, damn it! Like, no one actually says that in real life. Like, if you say that to a Japanese person, they're gonna be like, you've been watching too many cartoons recently. For like, desu! Like, no one says desu.
The U is silent.
Yeah, it's des.
Des.
What?
If you're using it for practicing comprehension, that's cool.
But you have to have a solid foundation before you can just suddenly jump into watching anime to study Japanese.
Exactly. When I started learning Japanese, I was very like gung-ho. I was like, yeah! And then I got this little book, and I find that notebooks, the binders for dedicating your work to Japanese is very helpful. Then your notes aren't all scattered all over the place.
have like a certain binder or notebook so you're organized.
This is my notebook. And every couple pages I have like, this page is numbers, I have pages for counters, I have animals, colors, all kinds of things like that. The days of the week, one-word answers. This book has like a lot of like basic, like it's like my survival guide.
Yeah.
My Japan survival guide. So when I go, I'll have this, and it'll help me very basically communicate my way to like the toilet. And then I have this, which Fiona gave me, which is like a grammar worksheet. It has like a bunch of pages, and I still haven't finished. It helps with the grammar, and it's good explanation.
Yeah, like if anything, if you guys are really interested, comment down below, and we'll scan our notes and we can put them online for you guys to see if you're really interested. So, but we just have to make sure that you guys are interested in that, because we're not going to go ahead and scan our notes for nothing and then one person looks at them. So comment down below if you guys would be interested in seeing that, because that's a thing that can happen. Okay, so a really easy way, there is no like learn Japanese in 10 days, but like a way to really help it sink in to learn Japanese is like completely immersing yourself in it. So we have some tips for immersing yourself and websites that many of you guys are probably already on that will help you. So the first one is Skype. Now Skype, I haven't actually Skyped with anyone because I'm really scared and nervous, and it just makes me like, I can't do it. But if you're...
That's why our comprehension skills are so shit.
Yeah, but if you're more out there, Skype is so big. Like if you can find a Japanese native speaking person and you can Skype with them, it'll help immensely. Like, oh my gosh, I cannot even stress enough. It'll help with speaking and like comprehension. It just, and even like writing, because I know you can write on Skype, like and stuff like that. Like it would help so much. So Skype is a really important one.
So there's this website called japanguide.com where you can get pen pals. You just type in a little bit about yourself and your interests and say like, I want to find someone who I can talk Japanese with and someone who I can help coach in English.
Yeah.
That's why they're there to learn English and we're there to learn Japanese.
And the levels are so like, you can literally be basic learning and you'll still find someone to talk to. Like you don't have to really know Japanese. I honestly learned, I have like several pen pals from this website online, which we'll get into in a second, and I've learned so much vocabulary and phrases and sentences from just talking to these people.
So I'm sure you're all familiar with the app Line, L-I-N-E.
Really popular in Japan.
And you probably know it mostly because it's attached to like Line Camera and Tsum Tsum. So using this Japan Guide website, your pen pals can talk to you online. And this will give you like, literally like, you're just talking to them, like you're texting your friend.
Yeah.
But you're texting in Japanese.
Yeah, Line is an app that you can download on messaging app on Samsung or iPhone or whatever kind of phone. It's pretty much available everywhere. And it's really great because like Line in Japan is like our Facebook Messenger over here. Like it's really popular. And when you think pen pal, it's not, you think writing, but it's not actually like writing pen pal. If you get in contact with someone from the japanguide.com pen pal website, they'll most likely ask for your Twitter or sometimes your Facebook, but most of all they'll be like, do you have Line? And so Line is a really good app to download for that. Okay, so this website, a lot of you guys may already be on, and
if you're not following us.
And if you are on it and you're not following us, I literally rant on Twitter all the time. It's great. And you should be following us on Twitter too. Anyway, so Twitter is a really great website for getting in contact with pen pals and stuff like that. Like there are so many Japanese people on Twitter wanting to learn English, and they'll like just friend you and they'll be like, hey, and you can start messaging them. It's so great. And like you may see that sometimes I'm tweeting in Japanese and stuff like that, practicing, and they'll respond to you and they'll correct your Japanese and you can correct their English. If you go to my account and you'll see who I'm following and who's following me, it'll be a lot of Japanese people. So if you're looking for some people to follow that are studying English and are Japanese, then just scroll through who I'm following and you'll most likely see like a butt ton of people you can follow for that.
One of my pen pals is in magazines.
Yeah.
Like Kara magazine, my pen pal's been in there like 3 times.
One of my pen pals, we've been talking for like 1.5 years now. Like, it's great. The 5th website, which is really great, and it's kind of I suggest it more when you've kind of had a foundation of Japanese and you're more interested in writing and reading. This website is really great for writing and reading. It's called Lang 8, Lang 8. The link will be down. Everything will be down in the description below. And it's kind of like a journal website. Post an entry in Japanese and I'll be like, today it was cold and I went to the park and my friends came over, and this is all in Japanese. And then a Japanese native speaker will come along and they'll correct it for you, and they'll correct your journal entry, and then you can go to their page and you can correct their journal entry, which is going to be in English.
Alright, so this section is about
Listening and comprehension.
So one way that I find is really helpful is just watching Japanese commercials, because they're simple, they're short, and they're fun. You can find them on YouTube. You just type in Japanese commercials, and then you can just watch like a giant compilation of them, and then just listen.
Yeah.
You just listen and try and understand what they're saying.
And it's amazing like how fast you pick this stuff up. We'll leave a link down below for a YouTube channel that only has Japanese commercials on it. Another really good website is mykikitori.com, and it's basically, it goes from easiest to more harder things, but it's basically like little audio files with everyday kind of things, like Susie is at a restaurant and she's ordering, and you listen to her talking in Japanese. And it's really great. I love this website because there's two options. You can have it, like you can slow it down so it does it more like slower and there's no background noise. And then you can play it when you kind of grasp what they're saying. You can play it as a faster option, which is with background noise, like you're listening to them talk like everyday kind of stuff like that. And then afterwards there's like a little quiz you can take, and it's like, what did Susie order on the menu, and you have to remember what she said in Japanese. So there are a few other ones, but we'll talk about them in the description, so go down. Okay, so last thing we promise is these are two really good add-ons for your computer. It's kind of like dictionary apps. Rikaikun is for Google Chrome, and then it's Rikaichan for Firefox. And so basically it's an add-on you can have on your computer, and when you have your mouse hovering over a Japanese word, it will highlight it and it'll tell you what it means and the hiragana for it, which is really useful. I mean, you can't become dependent on this because it won't help you learn, but if you're really stuck and you're like, what is this kanji? It's really good for kanji. So
that's all for now.
That is the end. Very quickly, learning Japanese can be really disheartening at the time, because you're like, especially when you're just starting out, because you see all these other people around you and they're like way better, and they haven't been learning as long as you and they're already way better, and you're just like,
like being Fiona.
Yeah, it's really sad, because you're just like, why? I'm studying longer than them, and like,
I'm not as good,
and I just should give up. There's no point anymore. But everyone picks up languages at different speeds.
Everyone learns differently.
And it's amazing. Like, if you ever feel really bad about that and you're like, oh, I should just stop learning Japanese, this is what I do at least. I'll go back on my Twitter and I'll scroll all the way down to a post I made like 12 months ago, and I'll just see like all the mistakes I made and like how like simple it was, and like even though it doesn't feel like it, you are improving. Alright guys, so don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe, and
follow us on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook.
Goodbye! See you later, and once again, thank you so much for helping us with the contest.
Oh my god, you guys are gonna be rewarded.
Yes, and we're gonna vlog a lot. Here's a Japanese garbage can. Here's a Japanese cat.
Look at this toilet.
Well, yeah, I want to use one of those old-fashioned like squat toilets, and I'm gonna tell you guys about it. I'm gonna be.
You're so creepy. I feel, guys, I'm on the squat toilet.
I'll send a Snapchat and I'll be like, look at the toilet in the next week or two. Goodbye, guys.